For example, say I'm on my company operation workspace and I want help with the prioritizing of projects because there are many projects in here, so I want some help. And I can see that I've set the agent AI personality to be the Great CEO Within coach that pulls from the Great CEO Within by Matt Moshari, which is a very popular book, especially within the startup ecosystem in the US. And you can see I ask about what should we focus on, and the agent works through the issue, and then outputs a reply that references the book directly, also with links to the Google Doc, because the book is free, at least the basic version. And then it explains the principles, actionable next steps that I can take to focus. And all of these are taken directly from the book. So there is a clear framework followed by the coach in your interaction. And then there are next steps and some questions to coach you through identifying the priority, the single most important thing, for example, that you can focus on, and that all the initiatives and tasks align towards in order to move the business forward and not get stuck into analysis paralysis and all the chaos that can stem from trying to do too many things at once without actually moving the needle on the most important thing. So you can see how the agent instructions dictate the quality of your interactions with it, and you can customize them as much as you like, because agent instructions are Notion pages, which means you can link pages, create views of databases, you can embed PDFs that will be readable by Notion AI, and type any text that you need. Whenever I'm on a chat, if I click on the face here, I can set the instructions for the AI. In this case, I can see my current instructions are set as the Great CEO Within Coach. If I want, I can also name this something like Great CEO Coach. I can customize the style there if I wish, or keep it in its original format. Then once this is done, that's the custom instructions used by Notion AI agent to interact with you. So all its answers are going to be based on the instructions. So the more high quality the instructions and precise in what they do, the better. If I want to change instructions, I can just come here, I can remove the name, I can also keep it just nameless every time, which is something that I prefer personally. I don't really care about these customizations here at this time, but the most important thing is the instructions. And in here, if I use existing page, I can select any page in my workspace. For example, I have an instruction that's a weekly review assistant. If I want to switch that, I'm going to switch that to done. And now this is the personality, the kind of character that Notion AI agent will use in my interaction, whether it be in an existing chat that I already have here, or if I start a new chat from the dedicated icon in here. So this is why personalization matters, in particular for specific tasks that you want done. In this case, if you want to get coached on a specific framework for your business, then the instructions are essential. For more generic tasks, maybe you want the AI agent to add some sample data to your system or to make some updates that are quite generic, then custom instructions might not be that important, although you might set some guardrails that you like in those cases as well. As you can see, AI instructions in Notion are pages. Here I have, for example, a page with sub-pages for each custom instruction, and these are templates that I'm offering to the public. These instructions could also be stored in a data source, for example, so you can tag them and organize them as you wish in a more scalable format over time. And if you look at the Great CEO Within Coach, which is the one that I showed you in the example, you can see here I'm using blocks. There is a PDF embed that can be read by Notion AI agent. There is also the link to the Google Docs of The Great CEO Within by Matt Moshari, which is the full book generously offered for free. And you can see here there are some example outputs, so the more details, the better. Technically, you could share a custom AI instruction with other people in your workspace. Although one good practice in AI instructions in Notion is to let the AI agent update the instructions as you chat with it, and you learn about your preferences and what you wish the agent to do or not do over time. So be aware that if you share an instruction with people and you use the same page as the custom AI instructions, then those updates would ripple through everyone, which might not be desirable because those preferences might reflect your personality and your preferences that might not be the same for someone else in your team. So in my experience, it might be better to keep instructions personal. And if you want to share an instruction, then you can share the page with a team member and they can duplicate that page for their own use privately, so that any updates are just made for them and do not affect your original instance. Here are some custom instructions that I created as templates that you can find linked in the description. The Great CEO Within coach, which is the one that I showed you in the beginning, can be a great companion to the Great CEO Within Notion template that I've been offering for many years, regularly updating, and it's been a bestseller across all my templates. Although you can also use it within your Notion workspace if you have any existing instance where you want to have a coach by your side that references this framework accurately. There are also other AI instructions that I've set up based on my own experience, and over time I'm refining this and adding on to this library because I do believe that there is value in these instructions and personalization of Notion AI agent. For example, the task leverage coach identifies the 1 to 3 highest leverage priorities and it makes sure that you work on them. Notion AI agent is slowly getting integrated into Notion calendar, Notion mail as well, which can also help with time blocking and implementing some custom workflows that you might like. So the task leverage coach is something that I've been thinking about and experimenting with myself because I do believe that, and this is something that I've heard from Joe Hudson in particular recently, who is a coach to many famous leaders in Silicon Valley in particular, that one of the key things that moves the needle in improving one's life or attitude towards work and making work more fun is to identify and work on those very few things one at a time that, if completed, they make other small tasks and initiatives irrelevant. So these are activities that have outsized leverage on your time, on the effectiveness of your actions, and ultimately on your business. This could be things like automating many small tasks that you do, for example, publishing content or sending out newsletters on a weekly basis, sending invoices, drafting invoices, maybe these paper cuts that you've been doing for a long time that take time and are not really impactful on the business value. And if you were to spend that time on something more high leverage, such as drafting a new strategy or defining a new market, a new blue ocean strategy for your business, that would make other things that you do irrelevant and would pivot your business to a better present and future, then those are the tasks worth doing and worth investing time and energy into, as opposed to small paper cuts that you might dedicate, automate, or eliminate right away. And this is something that can be done effectively in Notion or in other tools as well. In this video, I'm talking about Notion AI agents, so that's the context here. But having a system maybe where on a weekly basis you identify those tasks and then the agent time blocks them automatically on your calendar, for example, for that week, or you make sure to have a view that shows the daily big task that you're working on, and you have it in front of your face every day on your dashboard, and you take accountability to actually get it done over time, time block it if needed or not. And you can keep all your notes on that page and collaborate with others if needed, so that context stays in one single place. Some time ago, I made a video about one application of this framework in Notion that I've been using myself for a while. It's a pretty custom framework that I've developed over time to figure out what to work on a daily basis with all the things that come up on a daily basis. But there are some tasks, some initiatives that are quite objectively, if you look at it, more relevant than others. And that's what that framework can help you do. And the Notion AI agent can be an assistance towards that aim of identifying those linchpin tasks that move the needle on your life and work. There's also the weekly review assistant, which helps you run the weekly review and identify what you've done, what you can do next week. So reflecting on the past week and looking ahead and identifying again those core priorities that will move the needle for you. The weekly review is a core principle in Getting Things Done by David Allen, which is a very popular productivity framework, at least in the Western world. And it is referenced by many books and theories on the topic of productivity and effectiveness and efficiency. And the weekly review is a way to clarify things on a weekly basis, to just reflect on what happened and define what's happening going forward, what needs to change, what needs to stay, what needs to be removed. And this constant observation that doesn't happen too frequently to stop action, but it does happen on a weekly basis to allow for growth and course correction over time, which compound and leads you to the situations that you want to create and to the life that you wish to live. So that's the fundamental proposition, I believe, of practices such as the weekly review or identifying priorities, taking action on one thing at a time that moves the needle forward. So fundamentally, everything is to align you with your deepest desires, your wishes, so that you can live the life you want. Thank you for watching. You will find relevant links to download the templates and also a written guide on this exact topic in the description of this video. If you wish to work together, submit your interest via the form linked in the description as well. Thanks for watching for now, and see you in the next one.